What the hell was that? I mean, what happened in there? I know as much as you, Jerry. I don't know what the hell happened in there. What the hell are you two talking about? We went to Joey's house. And? And he used that new ink machine on himself, and it turned him into a goddamn perfect clone of Bendy. Oh, shit. We're all gonna die. How? That new ink? It's messing with shit that it was never meant to do. The ink can't force a perfect transformation. But that's what Joey did. It's gonna turn him into a monster. Not like the demon. It's gonna change him on the inside. Ah, shit. Is there anyone he might have talked to about his plan? No. Actually, he used to talk to a psychiatrist. Yeah, look how well that turned out. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I can look at his records. See if there was any psychiatrist he talked to since the studio was open. Oh, God. What, who is it? Oh, God. As fucked up as it is, he's our only chance. Yeah. I'll go talk to him. You kidding me? He's in Baltimore, for God's sake. Well, it's a good thing he's not going anywhere. I should warn you, Detective. You may get more than you bargained for here. Will he tell me what I want to know? Yeah, he will. Then that's all I care about. Be careful. I must admit, when they told me that Mike Schmidt, the famous hero cop from New York, was coming to visit, I didn't believe it. Well, you're just as famous, Doctor. Thank you, Detective. As you can see, unfortunately I'm not exactly in the position for autographs. Do you really think I drove for 4 hours for a social visit, Dr. Lecter? They never do. It's always they want to know my story, or it's a case. Which is why I'm assuming you're here. However, I didn't expect my next case to come from New York. You must be truly desperate. So, Detective, what can I do for you? Joey Drew. You used to be a psychiatrist, right? Ah, Joey Drew. Quite a sad story, actually. 1 minute, you're the owner of the top animation company in America. The next minute, you fade into bankruptcy. Yeah, that Joey Drew. May I see the file? Interesting. Very interesting. I've seen these ink creatures on the news, and I suspected that they led back to him, but I never thought he'd actually do it to himself. This is very interesting. I need to know if Joey talked about anything like this. And what do I stand to gain from helping you? That depends. Make me an offer. Ah, you're clever. I respect that. Put it this way, Detective. I'll help you, and in return, you give me all details on the ink creatures, as well as William Afton's animatronics. You've had plenty of experience with both, so this should be a relatively easy deal to pay. Afton? The hell you want with him? Did you treat him too? No. However, I did speak to his youngest son. Such a poor young man. Uncontrollable fear of those machines. Quite the imagination, too. I miss that young man. Fine. I'll visit again and I'll tell you everything. Excellent. And one more thing. What? These ink creatures and animatronics. I wish to see them. In person. No, now you're pushing it. Very well. I shall settle for the details. You better. So, back to Drew. What did he say? Ah, yes. I won't keep you waiting anymore. Joey Drew first contacted me when he saw the writing on the walls, when he needed someone to talk to. His studio was fading into obscurity. He truly cared about his characters, though. Had the delusion that they were alive. Well, I suppose it isn't exactly a delusion anymore, but for the time it was. He wanted to, quote, help his characters, but around the same time as the ink machine, well, his sanity, his health, degraded. The company went bankrupt, and he thought this city was ungrateful, and his characters would punish this city. The ink demon? He never mentioned it by name. He always just called it the test subject. He was ashamed to call the thing bendy, to even associate it with the character. But he also recognized that the demon was the only thing that could stop the, quote, last reel. What the hell is that? A kind of mass extinction on New York City, replacing its inhabitants with ink creatures. Thank you, Dr. Lecter. Anytime, detective. Goodbye. Yeah? Drew's planning to replace everyone in New York with ink creatures. And Lecter told you that? One of America's most wanted serial killers? Yeah, he's manipulating you. And what's he gonna gain from that? He's a lunatic, but he's smart. He knows this can't happen. If Drew does this, the millions die. Maybe worse. We can't leave it to chance, Jerry. Okay, fine. So how do we find out how he's gonna do this? Look at deliveries, phone calls, anything that can be traced back to him. Okay, here. It's not much, but he donated some blood to the hospital. Wait a minute. That's how he's gonna do it. The ink's in the blood. Jerry, get to the fucking hospital now! Excuse me. What's going on here? Sorry, nurse. But we think some of the donated blood here is contaminated. Which donor? Joey Drew. Okay. We got a shipment of his blood this morning. I think it's being used in rooms 32, 7, 9, and 28. Got it. Thanks. Oh, shit. Hiya, Captain. Fancy running into you here. We really need to stop meeting like this. Go to hell, Joey. Oh, I will. And I'm taking us all there with me.
Mr. Drew. I know it wasn't what you wanted, but it was a first attempt. What you're asking for, it's never been done. This is promising. I know it doesn't seem that way, but this creature, it's a step in the right direction.
It's a monster. Nothing like what it was supposed to be. Nothing like Bendy. This isn't bringing my characters to life, Tom. This is a perversion of nature. A monster. And monsters have no place in this world. Kill it.
What? You make a miracle? You birth something out of ink? And now, just because it looks different, you just want to kill it? Yes, Tom, I want it dead. It doesn't deserve that face. It doesn't deserve to wear that smile. Think of all it's done. The second it was created, it lashed out. Maimed almost half of my employees. How many are sitting in the infirmary now because of that thing? And imagine if the press caught sight of it. Imagine if one person outside these walls got a look at that thing. The company dies. It's a fucking newborn, Joey. And look at the way you looked at it. The second it was born, everyone gave it nothing but disgusted looks. Of course it lashed out. It was fucking scared. I'm not gonna kill it just because you don't know how to treat a living creature. Fine. It can live. But it never sees the outside of this tank. So you let it live only to abuse it. You either abuse it or kill it. Those are your options. Now, one of your lead scientists, they told me that it looks that way because it's soulless. Well, if that's all it takes, then damn it, we'll give them a soul. I know a woman. She's desperate. And she'll do anything for a second chance.